Hi everyone, what is up? It is Avery and welcome to Teendom Talk Show, the talk show for the kids, the teens, and everyone in between. I hope that you guys have had a fantastic day. My day has been pretty good so far. One thing, I just have to fully get this out there. Valentine's Day is this Monday, and I will officially be spending my 14th year alone, which is a little bit depressing. So hopefully your Valentine's Day is looking up a little bit better than mine is, because for us that do not really have too much love in our lives romantically, we are kind of suffering on this day. So I hope that you guys have a great Valentine's Day, because it is officially Valentine's Day weekend, which is exciting. I also had school today, which was something that was kind of cool, because at my school we're doing this thing, like we're doing candygrams and I get to help pack, and it was really fun. It was really fun. So I hope that you guys have all had a great February 11th. I am excited, and my day has just officially gotten much better because we are back for our second week of live streaming, which is so exciting. Also, I have my Invisaligns in, so if I'm slurring a little bit, please let me know. I hope that I am not too bad. But make sure to like, subscribe, hit post notifications, comment down below, share with friends and family, do all of that jazz to officially become a part of the Teendom. I'm so glad that you guys are all here today. Thank you for watching. Whether or not you're on YouTube or whether or not you're on Facebook, I'm so happy to have you. And before we get started, there are a couple of things that I want to talk about, because we have a fantastic guest joining us today that I will get into in a little bit. First, oh my gosh. First, I'm wearing my Genius shirt from Genius Pilot Academy. Those of you guys who were watching last week or watched last week's episode, I had the amazing Marquise Hill on, the CEO and founder of Genius Pilot Academy. Here is one of his shirts. It says Genius in pink. It is so cute. I also received my Genius Pilot Academy diploma, which is something that I'm so glad I was able to receive. You'll receive this with the packages. And I also purchased his book, You Have Genius Ability Within You. Yes, you do. This book is so amazing. It has affirmations in it, daily affirmations, which I'm telling you all of you need. Has a little description on the back with his face on it. So make sure to check him out. Check out Genius Pilot Academy. The link for all of Genius Pilot Academy stuff, along with last week's episode, is in the description. So after this episode, make sure to go back, watch it, give him some love, purchase Genius Pilot Academy's things. And I will just quickly show you guys his website, because his website is actually so cool. And I want to share it with you guys because it's fantastic. By the way, for those of you guys that do not know, he is 16. So he's doing this at a young age. This is the week shirt. So the featured product for the week, Invest in Your Dreams Cream Tea. I'm gonna need to cop that because I love the saying on there. And there are just some features. Like, I'm telling you, this is something you guys need to check out immediately. So make sure that you guys go and do that. And our second thing that we are going to get in before we have our amazing guest pop on the show is our Black History Month crash course. So if you were watching last week, you know that every single week for Black History Month, which is this month because it is our Black History Month series, I will be showing you guys about someone in Black history that lots of people may not know about, that is a little bit on the underrepresented side. So I'm going to share this with you guys now. And not to mention, this is not just Black history, this is Black present, and that will help us within our Black future. Black History Month is not just February, it is every single month. So let me share with you guys our Black History Month crash course for the day. Here's our sign, by the way. Today, it is Beverly Johnson. So in 1974, Beverly Johnson was put onto the cover of Vogue as the very first Black woman to do so. And lots of people may see 1974 as a very long time ago. It only was 52 years ago, and that isn't a long time whatsoever. And her fantastic modeling opened many doors for different African-American models, not only in Vogue, but in other magazines that weren't just strictly Black magazines. And her name, like, overall, she changed the name of fashion forever. Like, her style was impeccable, not just in what other stylists styled her in, but hers as well. And it just change the game of fashion, not just here in the States, but across the world. So Beverly Johnson has done so much for the fashion community, has done so much for the community of art overall, which we will be talking about a lot today. So I'm so excited just to be able to share a little bit of history about her with you all. Make sure to go and do your research if you want to learn more about Beverly Johnson, because she is fantastic. Now, let's get into our guests for today, which I am so excited for. I know I'm excited for every single guest that we have on Teendom, but for this one, I am so excited. We will be having on with us the ugly Brandon Carlton. He is a model. He is an entrepreneur, an artist, a fashion designer. Like, he has done so much and is truly just changing the game. And I want to be able to show you guys all of his fantastic work that he has done and just have a brief conversation with him just about everything that he is doing with this brand Ugly, with modeling, with everything that he's doing. Because once again, like I said, he is changing the game. So I'm going to bring him in right now so you guys can all meet him. I'm so excited. This is our first time being able to chat. So I am really, really, really looking forward to it. I'm bringing him in right now. And I'm also going to show you guys his website in a little bit as well, because it is so cool. Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you see me?
I cannot see you, but I can hear your voice.
My second, my bad.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. No worries. Let me see. I think that I can do this thing where I can ask you to turn your camera on.
Video.
Oh.
Oh, hey.
Yay, I see you now. Hi, how are you?
Good, how you doing?
I am doing so well. I'm doing even better now that I have the chance to be able to talk with you today. I'm so excited for this conversation. How has your February been?
It's been good. It's been good. Like, just a lot of painting, for real, for real. That's all I've been doing this month.
Yeah, that makes sense, because one, your painting is amazing. And I see all the time, like, I keep up on your Instagram stories. I see you all the time just posting all of the different work that you're doing, the progress. I know that my February so far has been a little bit slow, focusing on my craft. The snow here has made things a little bit more difficult with like going out and stuff.
I bet. I missed the snow though, I'm not gonna lie. I was living
Really?
I was just living in Chicago maybe like 2 years ago.
Where are you now?
I'm in Atlanta right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Atlanta's a great city, and I know it's a lot warmer there than it is here, because it's like in the 20s, and I don't know. Maybe I'm just a person that the snow, I know a lot of young people are a big fan of the snow, but I guess I'm becoming more like my parents, not the hugest fan of it. But
Right.
But I am so glad to be able to talk with you today. You are truly Black excellence. That's what we've been focusing on this entire month. And we'll also continue and always have been focusing on Black excellence in general. And you are truly like the epitome of that. All of the work that you have been doing with modeling, with your amazing painting. And I see some of your paintings in the back, which one, flawless, fantastic. I cannot wait to talk with you about some of the inspiration behind it. But first, do you mind telling the audience a little bit about yourself, who you are, what you do?
Yeah, my name is Brandon Carlton. Probably people know me more about Ugly Brandon, because I probably, like, when I first like started doing all the social medias and stuff like that, that's what I went by. I felt like that was my end to modeling. And modeling all came from streetwear. Working at a streetwear store. So that was like my intro to modeling.
Oh, that's interesting. That it all started with streetwear. Are you like you're a big fan of streetwear? I can tell.
Yes.
Yeah.
Clothes. I like clothes. So.
Yeah, and also with streetwear, I feel like you can put your own like little spin on it. Like it's fashion is definitely not just a single box that you have to keep yourself in. Like, you can expand it into so many different things.
Right. Agreed. 100%.
Yes. And I love how you started telling us about your intro into modeling. Like, that's how it started. Do you mind going a little bit deeper into that, about how streetwear got you into this entire career?
Yeah. So growing up, originally, I'm from Baltimore. I lived in Atlanta before I lived in Chicago. I was in Chicago for about 7 years. And when I first moved to Chicago, I was just like a regular kid, like just figuring out. I liked clothes. I got like best dressed in high school.
Ooh.
Um, so with that, I was just trying to figure out everything, and then I ended up as I was going through my homelessness, because I was homeless at a point for a couple years, and that's how I got introduced to the store. It was called Fat Tiger. They just closed down in Chicago on January after about 8 or 10 years.
Oh.
So with that, then in the street where I, like, like just working the floor, customer service, getting the sales, shooting orders out, mailing orders. So I got to learn the business as well. But every day, you're putting on a new outfit. It's just like
Yeah.
anybody else going to work, you don't have to wear a uniform. So I started getting known for my clothing. And from there, just building relationships. I got into modeling. I started meeting so many photographers like, yo, let me take your pictures. Cause really I was that kid, coming from Atlanta and Chicago. I had gold teeth at the time. So
Yeah.
I knew I passed. So from there, that's how I got into modeling. It was like, hey, let me get that kid with the gold teeth. And then I ran with that for a little bit. And then it's all just been relationships. That's what I'll say. Just keeping in touch with people,
Yeah, like a relationship type of business, because this entertainment industry, this entire world of it, like just the people that you meet, you never know like where it will get you to.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, so it's just being that person. It's just like always checking in, like you don't always got to have an opportunity or anything. It's just more just like literally, so like even after this, I'm gonna just be checking in to see how you're doing, seeing like everything good with you, like making sure everything's straight, just your well-being. And you never know.
You never know. And one thing that I just find so interesting with your story, like just your swag alone made people interested in you. Like they wanted to come take a picture of you because that's just like you brought that energy. And modeling is something that I've actually never really done before. So that's kind of like a new realm. So I'm kind of learning from your eyes, like what the world of modeling is even like. What would you say is your favorite part about it?
Traveling. Because I had all these like, I never really even, I would say, dreamed of going to like Japan. And I went to Japan maybe in like 2000, like the first year of modeling. So, and it was all paid for. I got paid for it, got to keep the clothes.
Oh.
From then my mind was just like, oh, like you could do anything. Like you can go anywhere with this. Like, that was the best part. Like traveling and literally just meeting the people. Like I said, I'm a people person. Like I really just like hearing about, that's how I come up with different paintings. I like to just hear people's story and just, meet good, positive people.
Yeah, most definitely. And one, traveling sounds so like it was all paid for, like the flying, like
Ooh, they gave you money to spend while I was out there. I was like,
you're what?
and mind you, like I'm not even signed. So it's just like,
Oh my God, that is the dream. Be able to travel like for free, to be able to have people take photos of you just being you. Like that. Okay, I'm gonna need to get into modeling.
and it's, you know what I'm saying? And it's not, so I would say right now too, the modeling barrier has been broken as far as like the stereotypes of like, hey, you gotta be looking like, Mr. Chisel Cheek or, size 0 waist. It's not even that anymore. It's just like, how would the clothes look on you? Will they fall? Like, can you, almost be you? You're the person like that's just literally gonna sell these clothes for them.
Yeah, I find it so beautiful because when looking at different things, whether or not that's like modeling clothes or like you're modeling makeup or whatever, just being able to see so many diverse spaces when doing modeling makes it more appealing to like me as like a buyer, because I know that it'll like look good on me because there's someone that looks like me actually modeling it.
Right, 100%, 100%.
Yeah. And it just makes it so much more powerful. And one thing that you mentioned that I just find that's so cool, you mentioned that you were such a people person. I can tell. I'm a people person too. So I'm like, okay, two extroverted people just chatting with each other.
It's like, I'm honestly shy, to be honest. Like, I force it out, like, because it's like, it's like me getting over my own fears. That's been like life for me, just getting over my fears. And making myself uncomfortable, because that's when you'll learn the most about yourself. And it's all about just elevating and changing and progressing in the best way possible.
I need to get that on a t-shirt, like, honestly. That's so cool. And I think that stepping outside of your comfort zone, it'll just make things more fun for you, because the experience that you had just described with modeling in general just sounds like one of the best experiences ever. And I have a question. What are some like companies that you've modeled with in the past that you really enjoyed, or even like some like currently that you're modeling with?
So in the past, I've done Nike, Adidas, Jordan, LRG. That's like an older brand, but it was cool to connect that circle, because I just remember them as a child. Like, I was like, wow, I couldn't afford this. I have a good relationship with them. Right now I have a friend, like I said, these people become friends with me too as well. So one of my good friends named Daryl Brown, he has like a clothing line. It's a namesake. It's called Daryl Brown, and he has Midwest Kids, which I did with. He just released his own shoe. It was the Midwest Adidas collab. And see, like, different opportunities. Like, I ended up on a big, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, what?
Like, that's my face right there.
I'm not Naomi Campbell, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? How do you do that? And then he even put me on a mural, like a big, like 80-foot mural in Toledo, Ohio. So, and that's permanent.
Yeah, I saw that. I think I saw that on your Instagram, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like real life you on like a wall. Like, that's awesome.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I'm not even, sorry, I don't know if I can say it's dead. I'm like, like, what's going on?
It's fine. But I'm like, I literally, like, if I saw like that, like life size me, like even larger than life size me on a mural, I would like pass out on the ground right then and there.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, I feel you. Some crazy opportunities have come out of modeling for you. And one thing that just seeing how artistic of a person you are, once again, just mentioning the paintings and kind of getting into painting as well, because I know that modeling is not the only thing you do. You're a multi-hyphenate, like, for sure. And getting into the artistic side of you also through your painting, how would you say that journey initially started for you, or it was a click in your mind that was like, yeah, this is something that I'm actually good at and like pursuing?
Yeah, so I don't want to force this on anybody, but I also do have to give the utmost glory to God first. I was like, that's like a God-given talent, I would say, because I didn't take any classes for it. I went to just regular school like everybody else, and had an art class. And I just noticed from the beginning of class, like, I'm flying through these projects. Like, I'll do like the whole year's worth of projects within 4 weeks. And then she'll just be like, all right, do the rest, do whatever you want the rest of the, like, I'm literally either skipping that class or just do whatever you want. Like, just give me stuff. And then, so my mom, growing up in Baltimore as well, I was raised in the inner city, and she took me to a lot of like art museums. I had a different background than the environment that I was actually in. So I got to see a little more. And she was just always like, you could do whatever you wanted to do. So yeah, like, I started like that. That's how I would say I even just got to like knowing I could draw. So then, even back to the streetwear side, it was more like, all right, I'm sitting here waiting on customers to come in. I'll just be drawing on a receipt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, like you said, I was modeling, and like, I only been painting this is probably about to be, it's probably year 5. And yeah, out of nowhere, I broke my right arm, which is like my drawing arm as well. Yeah, got a nasty little accident, broke my elbow, so I couldn't even, couldn't do anything with it. Couldn't model as well, because you're wearing a cast, a sling. So then I freaked out. I panicked, and I was just like, what would bring me peace? That's what I was trying to look for at the overall. It was just like peace. So then I started, let me take these little drawings I have and try to paint them. I used paint in my life outside of those art classes in high school. And then I'm just like it. I feel good while I'm doing it. You know what I mean? And from there, yeah.
Wow. I find it so I find it so interesting and not even like ironic, but just so like wow that you realize how much passion you had for painting after this accident with your arm. It's like it isn't like it definitely isn't the ideal situation, but almost like, huh, maybe this is a kind of good thing that this happened. Like kind of like one of those scenarios.
Yeah, I got no regrets in life. I feel like a lot of people should. You go through these things like only to learn something. You're just learning something else. You know what I mean about yourself.
Yeah,
So,
everything happens for a reason.
right, right.
I'm like, I know for a fact that through my life, because I'm still young, like I'm 14, I have a lot of life still to live and a lot of room to grow
You're
and a lot
killing
of
it, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I know that there's a lot of mistakes that I'm going to continue to make. Like I'm probably going to like make a mistake tonight. Like I may not, oh, I didn't take out the trash. I need to remind myself that I need to do that. But it's like little mistakes like that I'm still going to constantly make, but hopefully I won't have any regrets in life because I just want to go back knowing that everything happened for a reason and that I will continue to live life with the flow, you know?
Yep.
And I just find for you because like you said, like drawing and just art in general is like a God-given talent for you. Like God blessed you with those talents and now you're actually executing them. One thing that I want to know is what is your creative process like when you're creating a drawing or you're finishing a painting? What is that process like for you? And where does your main inspiration for these pieces come from?
Inspiration is really like I said, traveling.
Hmm.
And you gotta see. I feel like you have to go see everything that's out there, like the world has to offer. And
Yeah.
then coming back to it now, it's like obviously like a lot of my paintings are just black people, you know,
Hmm.
and like it's like I realized like at some point that I wasn't offending. At first, I was like, let me try to do all these different races and stuff, but I'm like, what do black people have? They need to see their life. You know what I mean? Like, and I would say my stuff is a little more modernized, like what's
Yeah.
going on now. You know what I mean? Like the outfits, to just hairstyles and all that, the clothing.
Yeah.
But the inspiration is really just from like I'll start off maybe on Instagram or just going to my favorite photographers pages and
Mm.
just getting silhouettes. And then
Oh.
yeah, so like this person over here he was like white. The baby was white. You know what I mean?
Oh,
But
yeah, yeah.
I just flipped it like,
Yeah,
okay,
changed it up a little bit. You altered it.
yeah. So that's really the process. It's just listen to a lot of music. Like they go
Mm.
hand in hand, you know.
That's actually like really like a creative interesting because one thing that I realized from your paintings, it does show Black people. And I feel like once again, like you mentioned, like it's important to be able to show that because we want to be able to see our people. And through your paintings, you just tell so many different stories. What would you say would be one of your favorite paintings that's told one of your favorite stories that you've been able to create? And I know as an artist, this may be a little bit difficult, but do you have one that stands out in mind to you?
I feel like it's always the newest one, whatever the newest one is. Most part, especially now going forward, I feel like I found my like vibe of just what I want to show and what I want to represent. Like at first I was drawing a lot of just women, you know what I mean? Like, and I love women. Like I still want to do a show that of all the paintings that I have with women.
I love.
But at the same time, I was like, what do you want? Like you need to be able to tell like a story though. You know what I mean? Like your own experiences, other people's experiences. So I don't really have a favorite. Like my favorite is the newest one I'm working on behind me now. It was this one, but now it's this one, and I'm like, because I'm
Yeah.
like, this one is so like I said, so I'm just getting better and better, in my opinion, with
Yeah.
every last one of them. So I'm just like, all right, this is crazy. Like,
I so get that because one something that I realized because I have to be so honest, I'm horrible at drawing. Like I know that God I know that God blessed me with the talent to be able to do writing, but drawing is definitely not for me. But with your drawings, every single one that I see that you put out, I can definitely see a story behind it. And because art is something that's so interpretive, I know that there are so many different messages that people can receive out of it. And I feel like that's the one thing that's so cool about your art is that there's so many different messages that can be taken that are positive, that will make people think and will make them have like a life altering moment. Like, oh wow, like it'll make you think. And as I understand the entire process of with every single new thing that you create, you're like, oh yeah, this is the one. But then you're like, wait, no, this is the one. And just growth overall. Because what would you say was your turning point where you knew for a fact you were starting to grow with your painting and with your art?
Honestly, it's crazy. It started once I realized like that I wasn't putting myself in a box by being like a black artist. Like as far as like, oh yeah, you're gonna paint only black people. Like, yeah, I might paint a couple white people or Asians and stuff, but at the same time, it's like I'm not putting myself in a box because I'm telling a story that literally doesn't get to be seen that often. You know what I mean? Or it's getting told from a lens of, hey, I haven't even been through that, but I see it outside. Like, no, I've been through a lot of those things as well, you know?
Mhm. Yes. Oh my gosh. Like there are so many stories that are told about us that aren't by us. So it isn't really giving the actual view of what is us. So I I totally understand through your lens about how as a black artist you have to realize that you weren't putting yourself in a box by expressing black people through your different work that you were doing, because that is something that I feel like so many different black artists face and will continue to face, unfortunately. But it's something that we got to know, like we aren't putting ourselves in a box by deciding to focus on our people. And you are truly, through all of your artwork, are constantly continuing to showcase us in such a beautiful way. So first off, thank you for everything that you're doing. I am a huge fan of all of your work, and I know every single person watching is too, because just seeing the piece right behind you, like that's like one piece that's finished, and I'm like fanning out over it because I feel like it's so beautiful. So I know I'm not the only person that feels that way. And it's so funny. One of my best friends, she's an artist. I think she may actually be watching this show, actually. My friend Alexandra, she's an artist. And I'm just like, I have to share every single thing that, she actually has a question in here. She says, since you have so many talents, do you ever use multiple skills for one job or social media campaign? Example, using your painting skill in your modeling job, etc. And then she also said, also, if you have any art tips, all advice would be greatly appreciated. Alex, I knew this was the show.
Well, honestly, like I don't want to sound like I'm not like money driven because that's where ugly comes from. It's more like it's about getting better as yourself so you can help others. So but no, on the money side of it, no, I haven't put them all together because I'm like, well, actually I have. I would kind of say I did like a Adidas like workshop, like a painting workshop where I painted like a big old like what? I don't know, I think it was like a 30-foot pair of shoes. And then I did a class to teach them like how to paint shoes, but it still wasn't like all of it incorporated, you know, because the money wasn't there. Like I don't mean like at some point we do have to like, you know, get your money's worth.
Yeah, like you still need to have a roof over your head. So
right. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like that word, what, starving artists? Like that's kind of that was the other reason why I'm also doing a lot of different things, because I'm like, I feel like I said, I didn't go to school, so I don't know if I'm speaking facts, but it seemed like these other artists, they went to school, they have all this talent, but the world expected them to be broke until somebody finds them and, you know, makes them, oh, like I lived my whole life. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. This is weird. We the new age, you know what I'm like? So I want the nicer things. I got people I want to take care of, and I want to help my community. So I need to chop.
Yes, I so understand you, and I so get you. And I just find it so cool that you did an entire workshop painting like a big shoe. Like that is so, and it also fits in with the brand too. So it's kind of like, oh, using your skills, helping them out a little bit. Like that's really awesome. Like that's really awesome. And you did mention ugly, which is something I so want to get into because I am a big fan of the Ugly brand. What is ugly for everybody that doesn't know from your eyes? What is ugly?
Well, it means you gotta love yourself. It was a very selfish thought at the beginning. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was like I was going through my own personal just hardships of just like I went from this type of person, and it still taught me a lot. But I guess I was spoiled. I was, a little ignorant. I was just like, oh, and then now I go to college and try college, and I'm not this person anymore. Like nobody's showing me love just off of hey, your clothes nice or this and that type of thing. So then I was like, hold on. And then just friends calling me ugly. Like, my guy friends, they're not gonna be like, oh yeah, you're cute, dude. They like, yo, you're ugly. You know what I'm saying? It's a joke.
Uh-huh.
And then, like I said, like getting into the modeling, it was like I kind of used it as an oxymoron, just on some opposite type of thing. But
Mm-hmm.
ugly means you gotta love yourself, and it's the first step to loving others.
Oh, first off, I love that. That is the main reason why I named this episode "You Gotta Love Yourself" off of your brand, because it is like you said, it's an oxymoron. Like when you call somebody ugly, it's normally like taken as an insult, but you've like reshaped that into something that's positive and it's something that's uplifting and something that a lot of people have to know. And I want to be able to share with everybody your website because you have some awesome things on here. First
I'm gonna
off.
send you a shirt or something too after we done.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Like when I tell you, it's so funny because, and I'm gonna share the website right now. This is the homepage right now. So I'm like, wanna cop. This is the about page once again. You gotta love yourself. Remember that. Keep that in mind, everyone. This is the shop. So these sunnies, I'm like, oh my gosh, they are so cool. They are so cool. You have some awesome pieces on here. Did you design all of this yourself?
Yeah, it just starts like a sketch first. I just sketch them up. And yeah.
Wow. It all starts with a simple sketch. Like the true artist. The true artist.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, you gotta believe in yourself. That's how I would just tell anybody. Like, literally, like when people ask for advice on stuff, on like, hey, I want to start this. I'm like, do you like it? It don't matter what everybody else like it first.
yeah. If you like it, then that's what truly matters the most, because self-confidence, self-love, self-confidence, self-love. What would you
Don't hurt nobody.
Yeah, it does not.
Yeah.
It does not. What would you say was the main inspiration behind a lot of the clothing pieces? Were they mainly things that you knew that you would like to wear yourself? Like, how did the creative vision for all of these pieces come about?
Yeah, for the most part, it's always something I'm thinking about buying. And especially now as I'm getting older and I got things I need to pay for. And like I said, it's not just money driven, but it's like, and just getting into like, remember how I got into modeling? It was based off of, I would say what people do now. It's like the fit pick. Like I do that so much to the point where like all those companies are just hitting you up. Like, let me give you some shoes. Let me do this. So I'm like, things that I wanted to wear. It's more like, so those glasses, like the black and yellow ones, I'm like, it all started because I lost my tortoise color glasses and I was like, I might as well just make my own.
Oh, but I love tortoise glasses so much. So when I saw that Ugly had a pair with the entire Ugly logo, like literally on the side of the glasses, I'm like, oh yeah, this is something that I need to get for sure, because they're so stylish and they're so you. Like I feel like after having this conversation with you and also just being able to get to know you as a person, as an artist, I truly can see you in the brand more than I even had before. I'm like, yeah, this is definitely Brandon Carlton for sure. And all of these pieces.
Yeah. So I like always, I don't know, I'm getting more simpler now. Like I don't want to be too crazy. I want to simmer it down a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I totally understand that. I totally get that. And that actually leads me a little bit into my next question. So, as someone that has been doing this for a little while now, you know some things that before you were like, yeah, if I could go back and tell like my previous self to maybe fix this, then afterwards I would. Once again, I know you have no regrets, but what is some advice that you would give to other artists or other aspiring Black creators out there on things that they should definitely tell themselves, things that they should make sure to know when getting into similar industries as you? What is just some advice that you would give them who are about to embark upon this journey?
Well, one, it's always good to ask questions, but I'll also say it's like you got to meet people. Literally, it's like 95%, and they give you the other 5%. Because you know what I mean? Like a lot of people are like, yo, why this person ain't help me? You gotta help yourself. You know what I mean? Like I shouldn't have to do the research for you. You know what I mean? If you know what you want to do, Google, YouTube, it's all there. Like it's literally all there. Like, and it's literally just like I was saying, it's just trusting yourself. I don't really like I'm bad at that question a little bit because it's just gonna sound so well, I mean, duh, but for real, like I don't like I said, at the end of the day, after that, all I can do is just say it was God. Like, God did that, like for me.
Yeah, most definitely. I so get that.
Practice. You gotta put those 10,000 hours in. Like I was just up for what, 3 days straight.
Wow.
Just 3 days straight. But because I love doing what I do, but it's also like I know I gotta put that work in. Like, somebody else is no shame to it, but if they're working at McDonald's, like they putting their hours in.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta put your hours in if you wanna have your own, have a house and this and that type of thing. Like you gotta put the work in. It's not just a handout.
Yeah, it's not just going to happen at the snap of your fingers. Like you actually have to put in what you hope to get out, per se.
Right.
And
Yourself
you're dropping some. You are dropping some knowledge today.
For real, like that might be the biggest one. Like put yourself, go touch. If you want to be in a museum, go to museums. You know what I mean? And like just envision yourself there. Like be kind to people. Speak positive. Don't tell yourself you're broke, even if you are broke. Like you don't gotta say you like, oh, I'm rich, or you're gonna spend your last dollar on some crazy stuff, but like uplift yourself. Like you want to just be walking around with that type of vibe, like, hey, like just a smile, like you just, that's what I want from other people, really. Like, so if I could show anybody that's like the only advice I really have, for real.
That's good advice though. And I feel like optimism is such a big thing. I feel like after the year, oh my gosh, technically like 2 years that we've been in with COVID and everything that has just been going on to our people and so many people out there, that it has been easy to find yourself so down. But there's still so many different good things that you can strive after. Like go after your dreams, do it, put the research in, do all of the different things that you need to do, and be positive and optimistic while doing it, because then afterwards your head will keep looking forward and going in the path that God has for you. So I'm like,
and be crazy with it. Like dream big. So if you fall short, you was still like so high up. You know what I mean? Like you got so close. Like, I don't know. I try to have crazy dreams for myself. Like,
I so get that. I feel like there are so many times where I will, like, let's say that I'm like writing something and I have like the craziest aspiration that some people are like, well, how that gonna happen to you? Like, how are you gonna get there? No, I'm gonna get there. It may not happen like tomorrow. It may not happen in the next week or in the next month, but I'm gonna get there, as crazy as it sounds. And it like inspires me to like push harder and to move forward. So I'm like, I got
one more piece too. This might be the most crucial thing I think I tell everybody. Get a notebook and get a calendar. Write it down. If you don't, like, that was the one thing I learned from school that was probably the biggest thing ever. It was like, put yourself on a schedule. Like, write stuff down. Like, you're not just gonna remember, like, some people are good at it, but overall, I think like the most successful people and whatever success means to them, they still write it down. You have to write it down.
Yeah. I'm a person, I've been trying to get better with being more well organized, but I have like 20 notebooks because
Yeah, I got a million, but I'm just saying, you write it down and you can like start checking off. You're like, oh, I did that. Oh, I'm getting closer to this one.
mm, and it'll allow you to like have a place to, because I'm a person, I feel like I always say I have a big brain. I don't have like a big head in like a negative way, but I have a big head and saying I have a big brain. So I like store all the different things that I want to store in there. But sometimes if I need to like have it down on paper to know that I've either done it or that I plan to do it, because that'll be like the main way that I know like these are my goals, like this is what I have. Even though my brain is always working, sometimes that work pushes other things out momentarily and I can't remember it. So having a notebook is very great advice because people need to write that down.
I was making one too, so
Oh, oh my God.
we're making one too. Yeah, we need that. That's a good idea. You put
Uh-huh.
me on. You put me on.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm gonna be first. I'm gonna be first purchase. I am, oh my gosh. And one last thing before we get into a couple of audience questions, because we are running short on time. Where can people check out all things you, all things ugly, just all things ugly, Brandon in general? Where can people find you on social medias, websites?
Website is uglybranding.com.
Mhm.
Instagram is uglybranding. I would say stay away from my Twitter isn't the best. I try to be positive, but I'm just like everybody else. I just write some.
Yeah, like it's Twitter. Like
Yeah,
this is
Twitter. Yeah, you'll see it if you just type in Google, like type in ugly Brandon. You'll see like the list of little things that you could check out. Like,
Mhm.
but yeah, those are my socials and website.
Yes, everybody, make sure to check that out. I do have in the Teendom Talk Show description for this episode social medias, websites. So directly after this episode, y'all better make sure to cop some stuff from Ugly because I know that is exactly what I will be doing for sure. See, I'm 14, so my allowance is pretty short, but I'm gonna spend it all because
A big package though. I got you. I got you.
oh, thank you. And I'm just saying this like not even like just to be like nice or just because you're on the show. Like you actually are Black excellence just with all of the work that you are doing, being able to showcase positive Black stories, even some that are just like the reality of Black people, showing them throughout all of the work that you are doing, and not even to mention how you are balancing modeling and art and having an entire brand and business. Like that is such a huge deal. So I just want to say thank you for everything that you are doing. Like we are so appreciative of you so much. So thank you for just sharing your talents with us so we can be able to just feel all of your energy. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you.
Yes. And so we are going to let's just take around 2 audience questions because I know that you guys probably have a lot that you want to be able to hear, but we are running short on time. So let's see. Oh, this is a good one. What's next for you? Like, what are some things that you're working on next? Oh.
I'm painting right now. Like I said, I'm painting that current one right now.
Mhm.
And after that, I'm gonna probably do some traveling. I need to get out. Like I said, I've been locked in. I've been locking myself in. Like,
Mhm.
I'll probably do some more. I got some more merch and stuff coming up, like for the brand, like more hats. I think I'm gonna keep it simple right now. Hats, yeah. I skipped the sweatsuit, so that's probably what's next.
Oh, I'm excited because I love sweatsuits. So I'm like, I'm gonna definitely be on the lookout for that. And I'm so excited to see how this painting goes because we see that it's still in progress mode right now.
There's a little preview, but yeah.
Oh, but we got a little sneak peek, guys. I feel special. I feel like I'm on a red carpet or something because we just got a sneak peek at Ugly Brandon's next painting. Okay, guys, we're in the VIP club. We're in the Ugly VIP club, guys.
That's for sure.
Pat yourself on the back. Okay, what is the next question? Oh, this is a good one that I want to ask you because I feel like it goes very hand in hand with what your entire message is. What are some ways that you constantly work to always put yourself first and love yourself, even through all of these tough times that we're currently going through?
First, like I said, for me, is God. I read my Bible a lot. I read my Bible, pray. Um, Feeding the homeless and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. Like, I think that's what was the question one more time? I be rambling. I be like I'm excited. I mean,
I still get that. I still get that. I'm a rambler too. So the question was, what are some ways that you work to always put yourself first and to constantly always love yourself even through these tough times?
I watch movies and like I said, I pray. Like I pray.
Mhm.
I pray.
Yeah.
That really keeps me like and I
Grounded.
surround myself. I don't be around a lot of people. So I don't know, I just appreciate family and just that's motivation enough. Like the things I want to do for people, you know.
Oh my
I
gosh.
so
Yes, I aspire throughout my entire life to continue to be like family and God oriented because it's just something that just keeps me level. Like it
yeah.
just keeps me at that level I feel like I
There's a
need.
lot going on out here.
Yeah, oh my gosh, the world's crazy.
Don't judge nobody. It's just a lot. It's too much for me. I'll be like, yo, I gotta chill.
Oh my god, I so get you on that. Oh wow, I feel like there's just too much going on in the world for my mind to handle at all times. So I so understand you, and I believe that that is something that a lot of people should do because the more that you just learn to spend time with yourself, the more that you'll appreciate yourself, and the more you may be able to handle all the craziness out there in the
Yeah,
world. I
yeah.
just-
100%.
Yes, and I just want to thank you so much for coming on Teendom today. I had the best time being able to chat with you and just being able to learn more about you, your creative process, your Black excellence, like radiating off on all of us because I know that I'm just like, ugh, I need to step my game up. I need to get better. So thank you so much. Do you mind repeating your socials one more time for everyone so they can make sure to check you out after the show?
Yeah. My Instagram is ugly Brandon.
Mhm.
And my website is uglybrandon.com.
Okay, everyone make sure to check him out. It also is all in the description of this Teendom Talk Show episode. Thank you so much.
Thank
I
you.
had
It
the
was a
best
pleasure.
time.
It was an honor to be on here. Keep killing it. Like I said, I'll hit you up after this and send you that package.
Thank you so much. We definitely will be talking, and I had the best time. Thank you so much for coming on. I will speak to you later.
Yeah.
Bye.
No.
Bye.
All right.
Oh my gosh. Guys, I when I tell you I am just overwhelmed with greatness right now because this was one of the best conversations. And I know I say this for every single Teendom episode, and I do mean it for every single Teendom episode, but this was one that was so unique. Ugly Brandon is so fantastic, has such amazing work. I am just so in awe of everything that he is doing. Remember, make sure to check out Ugly, make sure to check out Ugly Brandon, all his painting, all of his modeling, and especially his brand. Make sure to purchase. The website and his social medias are in the description of this Teendom Talk Show episode, so make sure to check him out. And I want to thank all of you guys for watching this week's Teendom Talk Show episode. It was so much fun. It was so full of Black excellence, as always. And I just want to thank you guys again. Make sure to subscribe, like, hit post notifications, all of that jazz to officially become a part of the Teendom. And I will see you guys back here, same time, same place next week. All right, I will see you guys later.